Common mistakes to avoid in prose writing. If you are working on a piece of prose and want to make sure it is engaging and clear, you are in the right place. Let us break down some common mistakes that can make your writing less effective. First, let us talk about purple prose. This is when your writing becomes overly ornate and verbose. Instead of saying, "She passed under a row of leafy oaks and sat at the metal bus stop bench," you might write a long, elaborate description that does not add much to the story. Remember, simplicity can be powerful. Keep your sentences swift and focused on the action. Another mistake is using overly erudite word choice. While it is good to have a rich vocabulary, using words that are too complex or unnecessary can lose your readers. For example, using words like parataxis or phenomenologically when simpler words would do. Use big words only when they are really necessary and relevant to your writing. Grammar errors are also common and can be distracting. These include mistakes like subject-verb disagreement, run-on sentences, and incorrect word choice. For instance, saying "the weather is lovely today" instead of "the weather is lovely today" can confuse your readers. Make sure to use the correct words, especially homophones like weather and weather. Punctuation errors can also disrupt the flow of your writing. Missing or misplaced apostrophes, for example, can change the meaning of a sentence entirely. Remember, an apostrophe can indicate ownership or form a contraction, so use it correctly. For instance, "it is hot outside" instead of "it's hot outside." Verbosity is another issue to watch out for. Long, complex sentences can confuse readers and make your writing hard to follow. Try to be concise. Instead of saying, "Despite the fact that John was tired, he continued to work diligently on the project into the late hours of the night," say, "Though tired, John worked diligently on the project late into the night." Lack of coherence can also make your writing less effective. Ensure that all parts of your prose fit together logically and avoid jumping between unrelated ideas without transitions. For example, if you are describing a character's actions, make sure each sentence follows logically from the previous one. Improper punctuation and sentence structure are also crucial. Using too many commas or semicolons can make your sentences hard to read. Break up long sentences into shorter ones to improve the flow. For instance, instead of "as soon as I reached the cabin, I knew something was wrong," the door was partially open and there were a set of men's tennis shoes sitting on the doorstep. Break it into simpler sentences. Tense consistency is another important aspect. Switching between past and present tense within a scene can confuse readers. Make sure to keep the tense consistent throughout the narrative. For example, if you start a scene in the past tense, stick to it instead of switching to the present tense mid-sentence. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can make your prose clearer, more engaging, and easier to read. Remember to keep it simple, use the right words, and ensure your sentences flow logically.